Jagex released a smithing training method called the Giants Foundry, and to access it you need to complete a small quest with the most annoying and creepy hill giant out there, Kovac.
You, pony human.
Me? What do you want?
You make sword good, or me bash you?
You want me to make a sword good, or you're going to bash my head in? Okay, I'll see what I can do, I guess. Bang, 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 bang.
You hit that real good.
What, Kovac? What the?
Stop.
Why? What did I do wrong?
Everything. You have done nothing right since you were born.
Well, apparently I made this goofy looking sword right because quest complete. With the completion of the quest and the Giants Foundry release, there is now a bunch of different ways players can train smithing, so we need to find out if the Giants Foundry is actually worth it. The scenarios we want to take a look at are money making, which one is best at making the player money while training smithing, for the lowest cost, which smithing method has the best XP rate, and for those that don't care about cost, what's the highest possible XP rate? So first, let's try to make money with the Foundry. I live streamed the release of the Foundry here on the YouTube channel, so you should definitely subscribe and turn on notifications if you haven't already to catch those streams. And I found that the higher the tier of alloy that you create, the higher the cost and the less profits, unsurprisingly. But you can actually make a profit with some of the lower tiered alloys. According to Jagex, they assume a low tier alloy will be most profitable. So we're going to create a low tier alloy. Now let's make some profit. I bought a bunch of iron and steel bars from the Grand Exchange, and we're making a low alloy using a 14-14 mixture. I'd tested it for 1 hour exactly to get an exact hourly rate of XP and GP. I got some comments on my last video saying why do it for exactly 1 hour, just do it for 20 minutes and triple the result, or do it for 30 minutes and double the result. Well, it's because doing it for 1 hour is more accurate, and a lot of the rates you see on the Wikipedia or in people's videos are max efficiency or really high efficiency rates, whereas I like to do it for 1 hour and get my own rate because I'm a very average player. I'm easily distracted, I'm not click perfect, I don't do any tick manipulation, I just play casually and try and have a good time, and so I think my own hourly rates suit the more average RuneScape players better. Because it's a low tier alloy, the 14-14 steel and iron mixture, the quality is low, indicated by the bar at the top. So with each sword we got an average of 6000 XP and 12k GP. It's not that fantastic. And after 1 solid hour of smithing, the results of my average human testing, 74k GP and 100k XP. This is apparently supposed to be the best rate for making GP here, and I only got 74k GP in 1 hour. For a similar XP rate, you can smith adamant or even ruin bars at the blast furnace and make over 1 million GP per hour instead, but those do have higher smithing requirements. This method at the Giants Foundry only requires 30 smithing and you get 100k XP per hour while making some money. Sadly, Kovac is cheaping out on us when paying for the swords, so the Giants Foundry isn't really a money making method, and it isn't worth doing if you're looking for a training method that also makes you decent cash. It is a good method if you're looking to obliterate humankind by supplying giants with insane looking weapons which they can use to chop us up. I then went on to test a medium alloy 14 mithril 14 steel to see what the possible best XP rate we can get with the lowest cost possible. So for the next hour we tested creating a medium alloy sword, which is much higher quality and resulted in 12k XP and 25k GP per sword. That is double the amounts of the steel and iron alloy, but it does take some extra time to create those higher quality swords because there's more steps. Quick bonus fact, by the way, I realised that with each completion of the swords, your energy replenishes back to 100. So I deposited my graceful and created my own giant swordsmithing uniform. With my average human capabilities in 1 hour with a 14-14 steel mithril alloy, I got 148k XP per hour, which is really good, and I made a slight profit with 58k GP per hour. With blast furnace and standard smithing, it costs hundreds of thousands, if not millions, to get XP rates like 150k XP per hour. This is a lot of smithing XP per hour, and the fact that it breaks even or makes a slight profit is pretty incredible. And it's only mithril and steel bars. From making low and medium alloys to the opposite end of the spectrum, we're making the highest possible alloy with rune and adamant bars to figure out what the best XP rate is that a pleb like me can achieve. Because we're making the highest quality swords possible, and we have all the molds unlocked at this point, each sword gives us 20 to 25k XP and 40 to 50k GP. It's quite a satisfying thing, however there are 7 steps to making this sword. Within an hour we used 140 ruin bars and 140 addy bars, and we received about 456k coins, 2,800 reputation and 230k XP. However, the cost of getting all of these things, the XP and the reputation and those coins that you receive from Kovac after each sword, is a whopping 2 million GP per hour. 2 million GP cost per hour to get 230k XP. If you're looking to spend a bunch of GP to train smithing as quick as possible, Giants Foundry isn't where you want to be, because for roughly 1.5 million GP per hour, you can make well over 300k XP per hour at the blast furnace, making gold bars with gold gauntlets equipped. And with the outfit that you get from doing the Giants Foundry, the Smith set, which increases the speed of actually doing the Giants Foundry, it still isn't even close to being as good as the blast furnace. A clan member from the fold, our clan that you should definitely join, tested out this high alloy with 14 rune, 14 adamant with the Smith's outfit equipped, and still made less than 300k XP per hour, while the cost went up because you're making even more bars, even more swords costing more bars. During the live stream I used the most popular alloy, 14 mithril and 14 addy bars, and I'd done it for a couple of hours, but I got pretty crap rates because A, I didn't have all the molds unlocked at the time, B, I was live streaming so there's a lot of distractions going on trying to interact with chat, and C, well, I hadn't done it before, I was kind of crap at it. So we're going to redo it now with all the molds unlocked, we're a little bit better, we're a little bit faster. Let's get all the rates for the most common method of Giants Foundry. Each bar I was getting roughly 17k GP and 35k XP, and there are 6 steps with the high tier alloy. And at the end of my 1 hour of testing, I was able to achieve a 201,000 XP per hour at the cost of only 25k GP per hour. That is insanely impressive and way better than I thought it was going to be. And it's insanely cheap to get over 200,000 XP per hour in a skill, and it only costs 25k GP per hour. To get level 99 smithing, it would only cost around 1.5 million GP. This is a good alternative to the blast furnace if you want to get a lot of XP really quickly, but it's not as expensive. It is obviously less XP per hour, but it's still a lot of XP per hour for a much lower cost compared to the blast furnace. As I was making this video, I saw some theories on alloys that are an uneven mixture like 18 mithril and 10 adamant. An 18 mithril and 10 adamant mixture is the highest possible medium alloy, meaning there's only 5 steps instead of 6, so making the sword is a little bit more relaxed. And it should be cheaper because you're using less adamant bars. Right? Well, good old average Jackie boy here, average RuneScape player, tested it for 1 hour, and I gained a decent amount of XP, more than I thought it was going to be. It's 187,000 XP, only 13k XP less than the method previously with the 14 mithril, 14 adamant on the high alloy. That's to be expected because it's 5 less steps, it's a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more chill for a slight XP decrease, but it cost me 65k GP per hour to do this. Again, it's not an insane amount of money if you've played RuneScape for a little bit, but it's still more money than the high tier alloy with 14 mixture. If you want to sacrifice 40k GP and 13k XP per hour to have a slightly more relaxed time, go ahead. I wouldn't do it personally, but hey, each to their own. We're all average plebs here. If you're looking to train smithing with average human capabilities, we've tested the methods and can safely say this. If you want a method of training smithing with decent XP, 150k XP per hour, while losing absolutely no GP at all, in fact gaining a little bit, smithing giant swords with an alloy made of 14 steel and 14 mithril is your go-to. The fastest method of training smithing is using gold gauntlets while smelting gold bars at the blast furnace, but that costs 1.5 million GP per hour, but you get an insane amount of XP, way over 300k XP per hour. Instead of destroying your bank, according to my testing, you can get a nice cushy 200k XP while costing only 25k GP per hour when you mix 14 addy and mithril bars at the Giants Foundry. It's way more affordable and still a really good XP rate. One thing is for sure though, if you want to train smithing while making money, don't do it at the Giants Foundry. It's basically impossible, it's not worth your time. Do it at the blast furnace instead, where you can get really good GP rates for decent XP rates.
Everything. You do nothing right since you have been born.